Hello friends and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to create your very own Howling little dog tapestry using Tunisian simple stitch. It's a beginner friendly kind of tapestry. I'm not going to do the entire thing, but I will get you or help you start up your own tapestry. And for that we're going to do your regular slip stitch, and we're going to do 21 stitches. Of course, I always show the Pinterest that I'm following or the pattern that I'm following, and you can make this bigger or smaller. It depends on the size of your yarn and the gouge that you're using. So if in this case I'm just using our regular 4-weight yarn and a 4.0 millimeter Tunisian crochet hook. You can get away with using your regular crochet hook, but I do recommend, if you have the means to invest in a longer crochet hook, it's going to be a lot better for this Tunisian crochets. We're going to start by chaining 21. And with our 21 chains, we're going to start with our foundation row. As you can see, I'm actually not following the pattern as is. I am adding a solid color row for this tapestry, just because if we get two colors within the foundation row, it gets a little bit more complicated, but it's just a little better for us to do it that way. So for our Tunisian crochet simple stitch, we're going to count this little loop that we have on our hook as 1, and we're going to work onto the back of our chain. So this is the front. We're going to turn our back, and we're going to skip that very loop. As you can see, there's like loops connecting our chains. We're going to work onto those loops. We're going to skip that very first loop. We're going to go straight to the second one, insert our hook just like that, yarn over and pull, and we're going to keep our loops on our hook. We just continue to move forward with our loops. We should end up with 21 loops on our hook. This is why I tell you that if you have a little bit longer crochet hook, it'll help you, because we need to have all of our loops on our hook at the same time, just like knitting, a little bit like knitting. And we're going to do our return pass for this that row. We work forwards and we go backwards within one row, so it's like working twice, but not really, because you'll see that the tapestry will be a lot crisper. The edges are better, and I think it's better for tapestries. Now we're going to yarn over, and we're going to pull onto that very last loop on our hook. So we yarn over, pull through that very last loop like that. That's like our chain 1. Like if you were to crochet regularly, that's our chain 1. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2 of our loops. So 1, 2, just like that. You'll see you'll have like little squares forming. We're going to yarn over, pull through 2. Once again, we're just going to yarn over, pull through 2, and we're going to do that all the way down our row. Just like that. So this is the end of our first row. Now we're going to do our second row, and we're going to do the repeat of this row. So this is like our foundation. Now we do the repeat, and for that, as you can see, there are little stacks like these of yarn, and we're going to insert or work onto those. Only the front loop. So as you can see, we have our loop, and then we have this front loop right here. We're going to insert our hook, yarn over, and pull. And this is going to be our second row. We're going to do this for 2 more times, like that. Just like that, we have 4 red loops on our hook. And now we get to introduce our second color. In this case is going to be this white color. Needless to say, you can always change the colors of your tapestry. It's just a guide. I really do like to follow the original pattern, but you can always change it around and do your own thing. And for that, we're just going to insert onto our very next loop and yarn over with our new color. Just like that. You do have this tail on your bag. What I like to do is that I go onto our very next loop and I try to catch that tail so that it hooks and it doesn't unravel on us. Just like that. Let me do a couple more so you can see the back and how our tail gets like stuck onto the back of our loops. And as you can see, is a little bit hidden. You can pull through it. It's not going to unravel on us. And this is actually like the back of how it's looking. You actually create, if you know a little bit, a little term of the knitting, you create pearl stitches on the back of your Tunisian crochet tapestry. So you just hook onto that little tail and it won't unravel on us. So far we have 7 white stitches. We need 12. So we just continue with our white yarn. And yes, we should end up with 5 red stitches. It's asymmetrical. You can always do a symmetrical thing, but I'm just following the pattern as is. So the very next stitch is going to be red. You can always you know, have a second cake of yarn to, you know, introduce, but I'm being lazy right now, so I'm just going to grab the yarn that we have all the way over here, try to leave it nice and loose, and we just do the inserting of our regular little loop, making sure that it's nice and loose, so you can just pull on to those loops on our hook. Make sure that your bag for this red is nice and loose so it doesn't create unnecessary tension, and we just move a little bit forward with the rest of our tapestry. Do not forget this very last loop. I like to grab, as you can see, there is like this little loop and this other little loop. So this one and this one, I like to grab both of them. So what I do is that I insert my hook, and as you can see, I have 2 loops or a complete loop like that. I yarn over and pull, and that just ensures that I'm not tugging onto like the edge of our tapestry. It doesn't look bad. It has like a nice edge. Now for our return pass is going to be exactly the same thing. We're going to yarn over, pull through that very last loop on our hook, just like that. Remember, this is like our chain 1. We yarn over, pull through 2. It's going to unravel on you multiple times, just like I did with mine. Don't worry. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and pull through 2. So we just yarn over onto that very first loop, and then we just do onto pairs. And then for this is the simplest way that I can put it for you to remember how to change colors. So whenever you have 2 different colors on your hook, like this one, we have our red loop and then we have our white loop, you always use that second color stitch to pull through. So what that means is that we're going to drop our red. We're just going to drop it, forget about it. We're going to grab our white, yarn over, pull through that red, and pull through that white. And as you can see, it just creates a seamless, I know it kind of looks like it's poking through, but trust me, it's not going to look that way. But it creates a seamless color change. And we just yarn over, pull through 2. And we just continue until we have our second color change. So just like that, once again, remember the rule that we have 2 different color stitches. We always use that second color stitch. So we're just going to drop our white. We're going to pick up our red. Once again, making sure that the back loop or the back is nice and loose. We're going to yarn over, pull through that white. Again, making sure that this little string is nice and loose. Just pull a little bit. Doesn't have to be super loose, but loose enough. And then pull through that red. Just like that. And we just continue to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, and that is how our second row should look. As you can see, it looks very, very nice. The edges are very nice. Doesn't create like that weird, warping that regular crochet tapestry does. I'll actually show you one more row with this. The third row is going to be exactly like our second row, color and everything. But as I told you before, the second row is a repeat. So once again, we just do 4 red stitches like so. Just like that. And then 12 white stitches. And the last 5 red stitches. Always remember to keep in mind that if you do not leave this back piece nice and loose, your project is going to warp. So since we do not want that, we're just going to do a little tug, and that should be good to go. Once again, for our return pass, we yarn over, pull through that very last loop on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2 until our color change. Once again, we use that white to introduce our color. Pull through 2, pull through 2. And do our very last color change. As you can see, it's actually very nice. I'm trying to convert a lot more people onto trying to use Tunisian crochet because it looks very crisp. It looks very clean. I know it doesn't look like much. We have 3 rows, but I'll show you like a little time lapse and the end finished product, and you know why I love Tunisian crochet. You know, you love it like I do. It's always needless to say that I leave down below the link for the actual pattern that I'm following, or you can always take a screenshot of the picture on screen.